I'm the Urban Rajah and I love curry. In fact, we've been enjoying Indian cuisine in Britain for over 200 years. But if you think you know Indian food, think again. It's a cuisine that's been evolving for over a millennia, but I'm interested in the dishes beyond the ones we commonly know. So join me on a food adventure with Kingfisher beer. It's a food adventure that's unstoppable. It's the real taste of India. We're headed to the Bay of Bengal, a state that overflows with gorgeous yellow mustard fields, giving the whole state this yellow sepia tone. They refer to it as Sona Bengal, which basically means golden Bengal. This particular dish marries two fantastic ingredients, the mustard of Bengal and the gorgeous coastline. This is a speciality from the area. It's shorshe bach, which means mustard fish, and it's a favourite of mine. It's the real taste of India. So I'm using just under a kilo of salmon. To that, all we're really going to do is just temper it with like a quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric, a little bit of salt, and all we're going to do is pop that back into the fridge for about an hour. I've got a quarter of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, just a little bit smoother than using chili powder, but if you've only got chili powder that will do, so that's fine. So what we have here is this sort of Technicolor salmon look about it. Looks great actually in the pan. That's going into the fridge for about an hour, and what we need to do now is make our poaching sauce. And as I mentioned, in Bengali cooking there's a lot of mustard that we use. So I'm going to take about a tablespoon of mustard powder. Buy this in any supermarket. Quarter of a teaspoon cayenne pepper, quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Never wear white when using turmeric. And then just a dash of salt as well. Now with that, because we're going to be making a little sauce, a little bit of a paste, I'm going to add about, roughly about sort of 100 ml or so of water. We can always add a little bit later. Right, okay, so that's our poaching sauce virtually ready. To our pan, which is over a medium high heat, we're going to be adding a couple of tablespoons of mustard oil. So I'm going to pour in a couple of tablespoons in there. To that, we're going to add a quarter of a teaspoon of cumin seeds, fennel seeds, and some mustard seeds. Now, the key thing with mustard seeds, don't let them cook for too long. As soon as they start to fizz about in the pan, about sort of 30 seconds or so, and you can hear them fizzing away, their body popping and jigging all over the place. Those are good, they're just cooking away, so that's perfect, they're popping away in the pan. And now we're going to add our poaching sauce. Oh yeah, I love that smell and I love that sound as well. And we're going to take it up just a notch, just so that we can start to cook all of those spices through. That's just going to simmer away for a few minutes, a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to chop a couple of green finger chilies. We need a little bit of heat in there, but what I love about these green finger chilies is their taste. That's really what I'm looking for. So these are going to go into the pan. I'm just going to chop those up. Our chilies go in to the pan. Now that's just going to simmer just for a couple of minutes. And I'm going to see how our fish, our salmon's getting on. Okay, so our salmon is looking great. Love that. That's been just chilling out for about an hour. Into the pan goes our salmon. I'm just going to do a single layer in the pan. And what we're going to do to make sure that the fish cooks all the way through is just we're going to spoon all of those really yummy mustardy flavours all over this fish. It will need poaching for about sort of 5 minutes or so, but you'll know when The fish will have firmed up, it will have changed colour, got a lovely kind of pinky colour. Oh, this is looking fantastic. So I can see the oil has risen to the top, around the edges. It's the mustard oil, and it's all of that kind of rich kind of aroma that's coming through. Here is the real test. So let's just get a little bit of that salmon. That is straight out of the park. That is fantastic. Those Bengalis, they know their stuff. Right, so I'm gonna get just plating up. That looks so yum. To get your spice buds going with more tasty dishes like this, head to Kingfisher Beer UK on Facebook and urbanrajah.com.